So I just got my Slow N Sear from Amazon, so I'm gonna unbox it and then test it out with a whole chicken on my 22-inch Weber kettle. So before I open this thing up, I need to say that I am giving my honest opinions in this video. I am not sponsored by Slow N Sear or by Weber. In fact, I'm not sponsored by anyone. So if you would like to support the channel, then please consider subscribing. But anyways, let's go ahead and open this thing up. Okay, let's crack this thing open. Came with an instruction manual, a magnet, and a sticker. And here we are, the Slow N Sear. So as you can see, it has no bottom. Basically, you put this directly on the charcoal grate, and the grate acts as the bottom because, of course, you want the charcoal to fall through, and in that way, the ash sweeper can sweep it out. So charcoal and wood goes here, and then your water goes right here in this water pan slot. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and set this thing up in the kettle. And for reference, I'm using the Slow N Sear YouTube channel to help me figure out how to set this thing up. So first you put the Slow N Sear in the kettle over the charcoal grate. Now the placement is very important because you want the Slow N Sear to be on the opposite side of the vent so that the smoke will flow over the meat. Then light a starter cube in one corner and then cover that with about 10 briquettes and wait 15 minutes until they're white hot. Then fill the rest of the pan with unlit coals and place wood chunks on top. Then fill the water pan with hot water. So I have not modded my kettle lid with a temperature gauge, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a probe thermometer to help me figure out what the temperature is inside of the cooker. And once the kettle's up to 275, then it's ready to cook. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the chicken ready in the meantime. So I got this whole chicken from Costco, and the plan is to not spatchcock it, not do anything crazy to it. All I'm gonna do is take it out of the package, pat it dry, and then season it up. So for seasoning, I'm using Meathead, Goldwyn, Simon, and Garfunkel rub. And I'll have a list of those ingredients in the description below. So believe it or not, I have never cooked on a Weber kettle before, let alone a Slow N Sear. So that's why I chose to cook chicken for my first time. So chicken was my pick because first of all, it's cheap. So if I burn it or I dry it out, then I'm not gonna be out too much money. And second of all, chicken is super easy to cook. So I'm basically just gonna set the pit up for 275 and then cook it for 3.5 to 4 hours. And if you guys are curious on the Slow N Sear and wanna try it out for yourselves, then I'll have a link to that and all the other barbecue equipment I use on this channel in the description below. Bye. So the Slow N Sear in the Weber kettle reminds me so much of the Weber Smoky Mountain. And the kettle that I have, you have the 3 vents at the bottom, the 1 on the top. So it was fun just managing those 4 vents, you know, just to keep the temperatures maintained and raising it and lowering it and things like that. So I had a lot of fun doing this. So one thing for sure that I'm gonna do next time is I'll probably put the wood chunks at the bottom of the coals, or I'll at least push them farther away from the center. Because what was ending up happening is the leg and the wing on the side that was closest to the fire, when the wood chunks caught fire, the flames were kind of like licking it, and I think they're gonna be like a little bit dry. So the main point of this video is the Slow N Sear worth it? So I would say yes, but I'd say that it's not completely necessary. You know, you could always just take your coals and push it to one side of the cooker, put a foil pan in there and fill it with water, and you're gonna get like a similar effect. And the Slow N Sear makes it burn a lot more efficiently because it's trapped in that container. So the lit charcoals burn slower, kind of like the snake method, versus if you had them all lumped up together on one side, eventually they're all gonna catch and it's gonna be really hard to maintain the temperatures. And also because the charcoal is in a container, it's not gonna spill over and fall under the meat, because if you just pile them up on one side and the charcoal falls over, then now you're just cooking directly over fire, not doing low and slow anymore. So if you have the 70 bucks, I'd say it's worth it. But yeah, you can do alternatives and still do low and slow cooking without the Slow N Sear. All in all, necessary? Maybe not, but worth it? Definitely. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and try this and see how it is. So I'm gonna get a piece of this skin with a little bit of the breast. Oh man, this thing is like super juicy. Whew. All right. Yeah, good barbecue chicken, very juicy. The skin's really good and crispy. So if you enjoyed the content, make sure to give this video a like and check the next video on your screen, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later.